Love is Blind, Ohio. The weddings just happened, and wow. I need to start off with, of course, Alex and Ashley. First of all, Alex looked really bad. It was just actually kind of gross. And I don't know if it was because his personality was so bad, like in the past few episodes, and I just look at him and I'm grossed out. Or I think it's just because he didn't like take care of his beard and like he's all bushy and his hair is all like disheveled and his suit is like huge. Like, all of it was a mess. All of it was saying like, ew. And of course, then we have Ashley that's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And they get to the altar, and I have to tell you exactly how I feel about this because I am so happy that Ashley said no. I don't understand why she couldn't have just not even gone to the altar. Like, this is where I don't agree how it all went down. I think that, to get in a wedding dress, to get to the altar, just to say this whole speech as like, I don't trust you, you're dishonest, you don't have integrity. Like, I would have loved for her to have said that before, and not because of like, oh, I care about Alex, nothing like that. It's just that I want Ashley's memories of her getting a wedding dress to be the most special day and with the right person. And it seemed to me that she wasn't like waiting to see, oh my God, is like leaning towards this is a yes. She saw it really clearly and wanted to just basically, like, probably humiliate him in front of everybody or whatever. And I do think that this journey for Ashley was powerful. Like, I 100% for her to get to a place of being empowered, not just going with the flow, not settling for some guy, but instead knowing that she deserves more than freaking Alex. But I feel like all of those days that she was with him, I felt like she tolerated too much bullshit when she was in front of him and he was caught lying and he's gaslighting her. Like, she should have said bang bang a long time ago. And so, like, for her to wait until the wedding to like, oh, I'll show you there. Like, I just don't get it. I just felt like, Ashley, you finally saw the light. That's awesome. Yay. But for you to get into a wedding dress and do it in front of everybody, like, I just didn't understand it. I felt like it was a long speech, and I feel like she probably could have written a journal entry. Like, honestly, like, you just written out like this whole journey. Good for you, but like, your moments with him, like every single day, choosing to stay in that house with that guy just to get to the altar to do that, I feel like, oh my gosh, she must have known earlier and she should have gone the hell out of there sooner. And I just never trusted Alex. Never. Like, my gut, like every time in his voice, he's just so full of shit. And like, he's there, talking about how he has like no emotions. He's like, oh, it's like the soccer game. And when I'm, it's game day. This whole analogy that he kept comparing it to soccer. I was so exhausted by him. I'm like, I really can't with this guy. Like, it's a nightmare. I can imagine for anybody to be stuck with this guy. And as he's speaking, he's like, oh, he's just so numb. He's so full of shit. I don't trust him. And I just can't imagine that Ashley was staying in the same home with him for as long as they did. Like, that's what's freaking, like, I can't wrap my mind around it. And Ashley's dad, like, his face was amazing. I always liked him. And I love that he basically knew that this guy was not to be trusted. So good. So I love this for Ashley. And I love that Alex, I feel like people probably already see it and feel it from him. I'm like so pumped about the reunion just to see what's going to happen. But yes, okay, so that's the one bullet dodged, right? And then we're talking, oh my gosh, you guys, Vic and Christine are so precious. Like I said from the beginning, I love them. They're amazing. So I am so happy. And Christine saying that she was worried about not being good enough, like, that truly is a feeling that I've experienced in the past before finding my husband. And so many women that I work with have that same feeling and that struggle. So I absolutely love Christine's journey and how she was so vulnerable to share all of that and how she held space, how she just was able to have a partner, Vic, and just adore her and be so secure and help her feel so secure. I want women to see that this is possible. Like, I feel that with my husband, and I feel like there's not enough evidence sometimes out there. There's just so much noise about, oh my gosh, all men are like Alex. And yeah, kill me now if all men were like Alex, but that's not true. That's not the case. There are so many guys like Vic, so many guys like my husband Will, like trust, like do not lose faith in that. So I absolutely loved, like you're seeing the opposite too of Alex. Like Vic truly was emotions and he was vulnerable and he was communicative. Alex is like, it's game day. I am just like ready. I feel calm and confident. I'm just like, ew, you have no heart. Like, where's your heart? I don't understand. And whereas Vic is just, he adores Christine. You can feel it. You can just feel how much love he has for her. Oh, and before I forget, freaking Ashley says how Alex told her many times how she's not his type. I am like, I that's what I can't wrap my mind around, that Ashley didn't send him to hell earlier. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine that she sat through that. You know, I just like, that's what I don't get. I hope that we get clarity on the reunion about that from Ashley, because I think it is disgusting that Alex did that. And of course he would try to make a woman feel less than when he's such like an insecure loser. But for Ashley to tolerate it and like let him speak to her like that, and numerous times say things like that, is so gross. And then she was saying something about like how in the pods he was saying one thing and then outside he didn't put any effort, which I always say this about Love is Blind. Like, I love the show, emotional connection, that's great, but actions aligning with words is so important. And when you can't see that when you're in this, you know, little box pods, you don't have your phone, you don't have work, so you can't really feel out like, hey, how will someone actually show up for me in real life, because you're in this pod, right? So like, I do think that I get what Ashley's saying, that Alex said all the things, all the right things, and then when it came to like actually doing it and making effort and having intimacy outside, it was not there. But I think that she saw that early on. And this is where I feel like it's such a takeaway for everybody watching this. Do not wait like for a month or even a week or a day. The second that someone makes you feel less than, the second that someone is not making you just better in this world, like making your life better, adding value to your life, it is bite time, truly. And I want people to know, when your brain starts to like really lean into abundance and thinking, you know, God is just abundant. Universe is abundant. There's so much love. There's so much amazingness, right? You could have it all, right? And if you are settling for this bullshit in front of you, you're giving the message to God or universe, like, this is okay. And so I don't want you to waste an opportunity. And so like, truly, the night I met my husband, there was a guy that came up to me to ask me to dance. I had already dated him. I already knew he was not aligned to me. I said, no, thank you. And I walked away. I normally would have said, yeah, sure, to be nice, to be whatever. And that night, because I had my dating method so clear, I was like, no, I'm not for 1 second going to have anyone in my space that does not deserve my energy. And so politely I said, no, thanks. And I walked away. And truly, I looked across the dance floor when I was at the bar and I see a cute guy smiling at me. He comes up to me. Who is he? My husband. Like, literally within like minutes, like a minute, 2 minutes after I walked away. And I do feel like that's how the universe works. So yeah, Ashley staying with this guy for 1 month of his bullshit lies and him freaking saying things to her to make her feel like she's not good enough. Fuck him. He doesn't deserve a minute of her, right? And so I do think that that's a huge takeaway for you. I know I had to go back to fucking Alex. I know, but okay, let's keep going. I want to talk about Devontae, you guys. I can't with him. Like, okay, I never liked him. Okay, I told you, I don't know what happened in this cast. Like, the only guy that I liked really was Vic so much, but Devontae, and honestly, Brittany, she's giving desperate. Like, she's giving, and this is the thing. It's one thing to be like, I'm going to manifest, you know, getting married, and like her buying her wedding dress. Like, okay, there's a fine line between I am going to manifest everything you want in your life, and then I'm going to be desperate, because it does feel like she wants to get married, period. It's not like she wants to get married to Devontae. It's married, period, to anybody. So Devontae having concerns, like, I get it. But I just don't like Devontae. That's why I feel like Brittany, like, hello, let's stop and reflect for a second. Devontae is giving loser. He's not, like, even, and it's not even about financial stuff. The reason why I say loser is this: when you have a partner, you want someone that is obsessed with you, that tells you, like, oh my God, you're absolutely fucking gorgeous. And he said, oh, I don't know if I can love you the way you want to be loved. Yeah, hello. This is just like love 101. Like, honestly, to be in a relationship, it's about communicating. It's about telling somebody, wow, I like, not to take them for granted, right? And the way that he speaks to her is shocking. It's like so gross. I'm like, oh my God, he's such a loser. That's what I feel, right? But what's even more shocking is that Brittany is like, I want to get married. And I'm just like, wait, are you not seeing this? Like, this is the irony of it all. Like, this is like Love is Blind, but like, no, like Brittany is blind to all of the red flags that, like, clearly Devontae does not want to marry Brittany. It is written on the everywhere. It's all over, like clear as day. She is actually fooling herself to think, oh, like, we're not getting married today, but he's my person and we're getting married. And I'm like, wait, oh my God, someone needs to tell her. Like, someone really needs to tell her the truth, that he is full of shit. He's not going to marry her today or any day. And not only that, what's more important is she should not want to marry him. Truly, like, Brittany, oh my gosh, I hope you hear this episode and you hear this and let it land. Because you are an amazing woman. You have so many amazing qualities. You deserve to be adored. I want a guy that is obsessed with you and cannot get enough of you and makes you feel like a queen and wow. And Devontae falls so short, so short. Like, so like, this is another, like 100% that feeling of scarcity. Oh my gosh, it's so hard out there. So then I have to settle for the Devontaes in life. Oh my gosh, no, trust. Look at Vic and Chris. That's something too that I'm so interested in at their reunion that's happening next week. I want to see what the women, when they see the episodes and they see Vic, I want them to be like, oh, wow, that's how it could have gone. Like, that's a different kind of love. Yes, because that's fucking love. Not Devontae love or Alex's man-child bullshit love, right? Okay, we have to talk about Jordan. You know, I told you, like, I'm like, Jordan's sweet. You know, like, he's not as nearly as bad as the other guys, right? I just freaking, you know, love Amber. She's a freaking badass. I work with a lot of single moms as a love and dating coach. And so I do help a lot of single moms find love, right? Something that I wanted to make crystal clear for any single moms out there listening. The way that Amber speaks, sometimes it feels as if, like, oh my gosh, it's hard for a man to, like, say yes to me and say yes because I come with another human like this. And I really don't see it like that. And I feel like that little girl obviously is an amazing piece of Amber, and it's as a bonus. Like, are you kidding me? Like, now Jordan gets to have Amber in his life and that little girl Emma. Like, wow. And that's how it should be. Like, he should be like, I am so blessed, not like, oh, you're baggage. And let me be clear, Jordan doesn't come off like that. He doesn't necessarily, he says, like, he's scared. Obviously, he's sweating profusely. Like, poor guy is freaking out. And his sister is so sweet. I love her advice. She's like, follow your heart. And I absolutely agree with her. I really felt like Jordan was spinning out because he was overthinking of all the things that can go fucking wrong. And that's not going to help anybody. So I do love that his sister was like, follow your heart. Like, just literally so simple. And that's what he did. And I love that he said yes. But what Amber was like, oh, I can understand if you have doubts. I'm like, Amber, like, this is where that's what I don't understand. I look at Amber and I'm like, Jordan just hit the jackpot. Like, Jordan just won huge because Amber's such a fucking badass, beautiful, amazing full package, right? But for her to say, I can understand why you have doubts, and she really thought he was going to say no, makes me really wonder, like, oh my gosh, like, is she really lacking in that confidence in herself, in that self-worth piece? And that is so crucial when you are in that space of finding love. I want you to actually reflect here and be like, well, how do you feel? Like, do you relate to Amber? Do you relate to Ashley? How they were all like struggling with, and even Brittany, like just the way that they all feel like they're not good enough, they're not enough. Oh my God, they might be too much. And then these guys, like, I hope they say yes to me. To have that energy and to have those thoughts is so concerning, and it should be to you, because that means whoever comes your way and shows you love and they say, oh, I care about you, you might get, oh my God, so excited, and you say yes, right? So it's a different vibe, a different energy when you are embodying that energy of like, of course I'm fucking amazing. Of course I have an amazing little girl, little daughter, and I am the whole package. And who are you? Do you deserve my attention, my energy? Because I'm a fucking prize. Like, and I want to see who you are, and are we aligned, right? But that's not what I'm getting. So it's interesting. Amber comes off very, badass, confident, but then she says certain things that makes me wonder, is she really fully confident and knows her worth, or is she just kind of like hoping, like, will somebody love me and my kid? And so I don't know what's going to happen in the reunion, because the reason why, if someone deep down doesn't feel like they're totally worthy, if they're looking for that from their partner, it will never happen. You have to enter into a relationship, a healthy relationship, really knowing your worth and leaning, like, you don't need them to fill that void. And because they're going to fail. That's not their job. That's something that you have to find internally. Okay. So this is such a beautiful, something. I love these lessons in Love is Blind, because I do think it's an opportunity for you to reflect and be like, oh shit, like, wait a second, I can feel that. And I do feel like I'm lacking in my own self-worth. And that is what you have to do to make sure, okay, that you feel that before getting someone into your life, right? Okay, and then we got to talk about the last one, Emma and Mike. You guys, Emma's so sweet. She said, I do. We saw that last week, right? But then Mike, I don't blame him. Like, I told you, I called it. I was like, Mike is not, he shouldn't say yes. If Emma already, like, if she had said, I'm going to have kids, I'm all in, then yeah. But she didn't. You guys, this is fucking crazy. And like, this is such a huge takeaway. All of you, if you're, as you're listening to this, okay, make sure that you ask people when you're talking to them, connecting, dating, hey, if you want kids, say, what are your thoughts on children? Do you want kids? Just be curious, but be fucking honest. Be fearless. If you want kids, you say it. And like Mike said it, he wants family, but I don't understand. I literally don't get it. And I said this before. I'm like, why are they still dating? I'm like, why? But that is probably another scarcity freaking mindset. Like, oh my gosh, this is so hard out there, but there's so many nice things about her. So like, let's keep dating. But we're talking about a massive deal breaker. Like, that, this is a deal breaker. If you want kids and the person you're talking to does not want kids or is open to kids, yeah, no. And like, obviously, if you're dating in a normal world, right, and they tell you they're open to kids, then okay, I can understand that in a way, being open to that. But you're on a freaking show and you have a month. Like, a month, we're about to get married. And so I don't know what Mike was, that was kind of freaking insane. I'm like, Mike, what do you do? And then not only that, Mike always felt like, it's okay, like, whatever you want to do. But that's not the case. Like, I actually feel like he should have spelled it out for Emma. He should have been like, at night they're cuddling, and he should be like, can I be honest with you? Like, if you don't tell me that you really want kids by like the wedding, like, I can't say yes. Like, he should have literally spelled it out. But I don't think he did that. And this is where I feel like communication's everything. And I feel like it's such a sad moment. Like, I feel like Emma didn't deserve the no. And you know what I mean? It's like, it's just like the way it all ended up. They didn't have to get to the altar. Like Mike could have talked to her beforehand. Am I like rooting for them? No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't feel like with them. I don't. And so bye bye to Emma and Mike. I literally, the only people like on the reunion, you guys, the only people that I know are going to be still together is Vic and Christine. And if they're not, like, I'm like not going to ever watch Love is Blind again. I'm gonna be so angry. No, but like Vic and Christine, 100%. And I want to see what's going on with Amber. Like, I love her, and I am so excited to see what's his face, that little troll. What's his face, Chris? He's so gross, and I really want to see. Has he learned any lessons? Probably not. Is he a douche? Absolutely. And I want to see how it all goes down. But tell me, as you are hearing this, what is landing for you? If you're listening on YouTube, drop a comment. I love hearing from you, and make sure to follow me on Instagram, the Jackie Loor. And if you are interested in coaching with me, I have space, and so I want you to jump in. I'll drop the link below so you guys can come in. You can also go to my website, JkL&x, and you can apply. You can apply to work with me one-on-one. It's amazing. Okay, I will see you next week. And remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing.